Okay. So this is a statement directly from the narrator. So I'm just be arguing for, I guess, the writer himself, just basically confirming the fact that she's equal to Toji.
Um, Setting it in scans.
Yeah, I sent it in scan chat.
All right, that's like your only. That's your only premise for so far. You want me to just address that right away?
Yeah, it's just my argument. Yeah, you could address it.
Yeah, so she can be equal to Toji Zenin, but I don't know if that's going to be like an indicator of overall combative stats, such as like strength, speed, etc. Just what we like take into consideration when power scaling.
What makes you say that? Like, what is that based off of?
Like logical basis, just that there's other categories in existence besides overall combative stats that can hold value and be considered equal.
I can agree that there are other like attributes, but what I'm asking is like, what is the like? Do you have any evidence for that basis for you to argue for him being able to be superior in any other category, or is just that you believe is the case? Did my mic cut off? Hello.
You got my bad. I just disconnected. You just repeat what you said real quick.
Yeah, I was asking you. Do you have any evidence for your claim on like, or more specifically, I was asking what are you referring to? Like, what exactly do you think Toji would be superior in? I guess to summarize what I'm trying to
I'm
ask.
not making any sort of ontological affirmation, but I think like a possible like counter scenario could be that like they're just considered equal because they both have the same like power, like having the restriction, etc. Also, if you're asking me to like prove the interpretation to be true, that it's just like the negation of what you're saying, that wouldn't really be on me. I'm not affirming it not to be the case. I'm just unconvinced.
So basically,
Did
you're
I just
no, yeah, I heard you.
sorry?
So basically, what I'm hearing, just to clarify, you're saying that it's possible that there is a category for which Toji might be superior in, but since you're not arguing for that, like, how does that negate what I just said about the narrator? Because from
It's
what I'm
just like
hearing, it
a
just sounds like a basis possibility.
you know what equal interpretation is? Like you know that?
Yeah. You interpret a scan, I interpret it. It would just be equal interpretation that way. But what I'm saying is the writer,
Um,
according to my argument, will be supporting exactly what I'm saying. You're saying that there's a
supports
possibility
why?
for which it wouldn't be equal, but the writer does not confirm that.
I might have cut out if you like laid an argument for like the author likely making it inclusive of overall combative stats, but
Yeah.
I mean, in case I didn't, would we be generous enough for me to like be able to get a second chance at like skepticizing that without backtracking?
Um. Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I'm not gonna rat and say yeah, it's hedging or like backtracking. But yeah, just to explain, it says a demonic fighter, so it's referring to fighting capabilities or fighter in general. Demonic fighter equal to Toji Zenin was fully realized. So it's referring to combat, and I believe it's referring to all aspects of combat. You're implying that there's a
Um,
possibility. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, just I'm just asking, why do you think it's in reference to like all facets of combat?
If it's referring to a fighter in general, and it's saying that this fighter is completely equal to another fighter within the context of fighting, there would be no. And also, I'm not arguing for it being like simply all categories. I'm saying that according to what the writer is implying, it doesn't refer to any aspect where she wouldn't be equal to but you're implying that there's a possibility where she's not equal, and I'm asking what that possibility would be. For an example, you could say his weaponry usage is way better than hers. I would then put that into question. You can also say like uh something in physicality that might be equal but he's smarter or something like that, more strategic. Again, I would also put that into question, but you're questioning it in a way where there's no evidence or any basis or any reference specifically from what you're arguing. So I'm confused on exactly what you're uh just I guess questioning.
Unless you like define basis weirdly, I'm pretty sure early in the debate I already gave you like coherent like basis for my possibility, like being interpretable. And secondly, like you said, like you don't think there's anything that like is implied by the scan that would say they aren't equal, but that's pretty much the same as saying the scan is saying they are equal in all of like the combative facets, which I mean I've already questioned. I'm gonna say it's like circularity. Obviously, if you didn't go circular, I mean you can justify why you didn't, but that's just like blatant circularity to me, at least.
So my definition of basis is just basically the foundation of your argument. And what I just said was there's no actual reference point. So again, I'm even trying to ask you to clarify exactly what they wouldn't be equal in. So what I'm saying is the scan just say that they're equal as fighters. I don't believe that would somehow mean that they're no longer equal in any fighting aspect. So that's not what the writer would be like saying in that sentence specifically. And then you're saying that you would somehow have a basis, as in a reference point, as to why they wouldn't be equal. And I'm asking you what that would be. I even gave examples of, is it weaponry? Is it intelligence? Is it this or that? And you're not necessarily answering it in that way. So that's what I'm actually talking about. I'm not talking about you didn't give any kind of argumentation. I'm saying that there's no reference as to what they wouldn't be equal in.
Okay,
Um, it,
yeah. So
and then
for
real
the
quick, because you also said circularity,
yeah, my bad.
circular. So what I'm also, yeah, I can agree that it's pretty much circular, but that's only because you don't have a real argument as to what we would go off of. So if you do like uh agree that it's circular, I mean, we can eventually conclude. I don't think you're like addressing anything other than using basis
Okay.
like possibilities,
So
but
like
sure.
firstly, I'm not saying that it's not going to be inclusive of combative stats at all. That's just like blatantly uh not what I'm saying. I mean, obviously they're saying fighter. I'm saying it can be in reference to like combative stats, but I'm not sure if it's going to be like strength, speed, etc. Like it could just be like the way in which they, perform combat, like having a heavenly restriction and such. And that's why they're considered equal, just because they have equal, methodology of fighting. And secondly, like I think I did give you basis, but like I asked for your definition of basis, you just gave me like a direct synonym, which doesn't really let me like work anywhere. Because like, what do you take a foundation of an argument to be? Because I like from my background web experience, like concerning logical basis, I just take it to be like some empirics that would inhibit a possibility to actually be performed, like lacking contradiction. So I did already tell you that like it can just be this other coherent counter scenario, i.e., the heavenly restriction like ability. So I'm pretty sure I addressed both of those two. But if you do want to conclude and agree to the circularity, that's fine.
Okay, yeah, I was just trying to be generous enough for you to like answer the actual question. But I just heard more like basis possibilities on what it could be, not implying that I would be wrong in my argumentation or the actual scan. And I don't believe there's an equal interpretation in the way where they're saying um, fighting methodology. Okay, I don't even know what that would like mean. Because again, there
I can
would.
clarify.
Anyways, sure, we can, yeah, we can conclude or something. I don't. Yeah, we're gonna just go keep going circular. I keep asking for a reference point or exactly
I gave you
something
one.
specifically that you can prove. No, a reference. Okay, I'll just simplify evidence.
I
Uh,
did.
that's what evidence you should present.
Just that there are other. I mean, I guess I can send a scan proving that there are other things that can be holistically referred to under like the wide category of being a fighter besides strength and speed. You want me to do that?
No, I'm saying specifically for Toji to be superior or non-equal to Maki. Like, do you have any evidence of that specifically?
That is my evidence, dude.
The possibility that there
No.
are other aspects of. Okay. No. Yeah, we could conclude if you want. I think that's more than enough for the judge
Okay.
to give a verdict on.
Um. Yeah. GG's, bro.
Okay. Gias. Do you think that he attacked any? Actually, yeah. What's your verdict?
Yeah, on that one, I will have to give it to Bulmar because I don't really think that you underpinned his understanding. So, in overall methodology, I would kind of say he kind of got that. So,
All right. Yep.
Are you retarded?
No. Like it's fine. I don't care that much.
No. I guess you and
Blue Marble, I
Calamity can
love you,
speak
bro.
now.
Blue
Then.
Marble, I love you, bro. I love you, Blue Marble, bro. You're the best, bro.
Oh, I appreciate that. I
You
was like
okay, bro?
climactic. I thought it was going to be a little bit more like. Okay.
Is the debate done?
Yo, Blue Marble, I have a question.
Wait, is the
Yo.
debate done?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's over, bro.
Apparently, yeah.
Wait, Blue Marvel, like, can you count to 5? Like, are you that stupid?